has been presented in the House, and I mentioned in my speech that the total receipts is at 32,000 crores and the total expenditure is at 32,023 crores. Out of the receipts, the revenue receipts are estimated at 26,583 crores and the capital receipts are at 5,417 crores. In the expenditure, the revenue expenditure is estimated at 21,812 crores and the capital expenditure is at 10,021 crores. The overall interest payment is estimated at 1,540 crores and the pension is at 1,980 crores. We have presented a fiscal deficit of 2,672 crores, which is around 3.5% of the GSDP. As always, we have presented the budget for climate, youth, gender and SDG. And for the climate budget, we have estimated 5,572 crores. For the youth budget, 4,824 crores. And gender budget of 6,849 crores. So these are the main numbers for the budget. Apart from that, whenever there's a financial, okay, let me explain because it's a good opportunity. So the main objective of the Finance Commission is to distribute the direct taxes between the central and the state and also among the states. So when we say direct taxes, we mean income tax and corporate tax. And obviously Government of India collects this income tax and corporate tax. Obviously the contribution of Meghalaya and other tribal states is lesser. So in that whole process, this income tax and this corporate tax which is collected, 41% is kept for the states, and rest of the 59% is utilized by the center, defense and other schemes and so on and so forth. Out of this 41% that is then distributed to all the states, the Finance Commission comes out with a formula. Now the formula is generally based on certain parameters. For example, population of that state, geographical area of that state, the forest cover of that state, the income disparity in that state, things like fertility rate of the state, demographic performance as they call it, and the per capita GSDP distance. So normally these were the factors in the past. Now in that whole aspect, in the 15th Finance Commission, they increased the weightage, and of course apart from the fact that these factors are there, they also put a weight to each of these factors. So every factor is not equally weighted. So certain factors have more weight, certain factors have lesser weight. So the forest cover used to have a weight of about 7.5% in the formula in the 14th Finance Commission. When Mr. N.K. Singh was chairman, he increased that weightage from 7.5% to 10%. That helped forest areas and states. Number two, in the terms of the geographical area. In the geographical area, there also a minimum level was put, that a minimum amount of 2%. 2% will be given to the states, irrespective of how small they are. So normally the smaller states used to get even below 2%. So then the ceiling was kind of put in, and not ceiling, a flooring was put in. And so we managed to, even though our area cover is very small, but we managed to get a minimum amount from the benefits of the Finance Commission. So that's what helped us in 2015. Now when this happened, the other states, like bigger states like Maharashtra, bigger states like Karnataka, Gujarat and Kerala and so on and so forth, they argued with the Finance Commission that when we are contributing maximum to the income tax, we are contributing maximum to the corporate tax, and we are on the other hand being discriminated in one way, and we're getting lesser than the amount that we are contributing to the overall income of the country. This is not fair. This argument they made last year also, the last Finance Commission also. And in this Finance Commission also, the same argument was made by the larger states, saying that we contribute maximum to income tax, we contribute maximum to corporate tax, and yet we get lesser, or even not even 30% of the amount that we contribute. Like for example, a state like Maharashtra. So this logic was put in forward in front of the Finance Commission. So Finance Commission took the decision that they're going to introduce a new factor this time, and that factor was contribution to GDP. So the higher contribution you make towards GDP, the more income tax share you will, or more devolution or share of taxes you will get. Now obviously when this factor comes in, then obviously states like ours, which don't contribute so much to the national GDP, suffer. So like us, there were 14 states in the entire country that suffered, I should say, because of the new formula that came in. As I said, the factor was changed, added, GDP factor was added to this. And this is the formula that was given. Based on that formula, as I said, there is we are losing some amount of money compared to last Finance Commission. So that is the fact. We have taken this matter up at the Finance Ministry level. I met Madam Finance Minister, and other states also have done the same, those who are affected. So we're hopeful that there will be some corrective measure that will be taken. Formula cannot change because that's already accepted by Parliament, but some other way in which smaller states, because all the northeast smaller states are suffering. The amount or the margin of impact on other states like Tripura and Manipur and Nagaland are double of what the impact is on us. Sikkim is losing a large amount, Bihar is losing, Uttar Pradesh is losing, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, so on and so forth. So that's what the problem is.
In numbers,
there's a reduction annually in our share of central taxes. States like Tripura make about 2,500, 3,000. Nagaland about 5,000 plus crores every year.
in your budget.
Please remember, I think this is very important to note, and I think all of you, after so many years of addressing you, all of you, budget speech is a budget estimate. Please remember that. It's not that, it's not that it's going to be exactly what I tell you today. So we aspire. It's like an aspiration for us. So we are going to, obviously these aspirations are made based on estimates, based on certain provisions, certain calculations we make, and we give us a specific, see the policy, and we say, okay, which department is going to do what. So we know that if we can change this policy, then we expect this much of increase in our taxes. If we change this rule, then this can be, improved. So based on those numbers and those calculations, yes, we expect that our own taxes should come up. We are quite confident, but we are quite confident that it will happen.
Now, my question.
We are expecting our taxes to go up. Whether it is the excise, we expect our excise revenue to go up. We expect our GST revenue also to go up. We expect the VAT also, petrol, to go up. So these are the main three areas. Non-tax also we expect some amount, but it may not be as much as we expect, because we are still transitioning into that new process of scientific. But we do expect it to be better than before. But yeah, but these are the main areas. At whether it's SGST, IGST, or whether it's the non-tax revenue and excise, we expect increase in all.
So from the
About 200 crores.
Yeah.
This is us. Mining.
So we expect.
Last year our budget estimate was 500. Now
Yeah, so basically, roughly about 200 crores was the impact we felt because of the situation that was there overall. But as I said, now with hopefully things stabilizing more and the scientific process also now more or less coming into the scene and the transitioning taking place, we do expect that we will be able to bring it back to the estimates we had last year. Absolutely. If we do it well, and if the scale can go up, but we need all the 20 mines also to start.
Or are we not losing money?
This
we certainly hope that it will improve. We have to wait and watch. But whatever statements we're reading in the papers, whether from Government of India side or from Government of Bangladesh side, we are seeing it moving towards a positive direction. But as I said, it's a subject that is beyond our direct kind of control. So it will be Government of India and Government of Bangladesh will be in a better position to reply. But we do hope, and we are seeing positive trends. There are cases, obviously, if something happens without the information and without the normal procedures being followed, obviously it impacts revenue. So there is no doubt about it. But we keep mentioning to that, that we are. It's a very complicated situation, and we are trying to work towards, ensuring that we are able to transition into a scientific process. So we are now, as I said, very close to it. Another, in fact, mining has started in 1 or 2 of the locations. So we'd expect that things will be in the right direction in the coming years.
Well, sir,
We have heard, several.
Because of the real GSDP growth. And these are numbers given by Government of India. These are not our numbers. So in the Government of India's data, it's clearly indicated that Tamil Nadu was growing at 11.6, and number 2 position, there were 2 states, Arunachal and Meghalaya, both at 9.66%. So these are of course based on actual and factual data, which shows the growth of the actual GSDP. So, and obviously GSDP is an activity which depends on multiple factors like government spending, private sector investment that takes place. So these are the primary factors. Of course, consumption is also there when you calculate GSDP. But those factors come more in the Government of India's calculation for Government of India's GDP. For the states, it's mostly determined by government expenditure and private sector investment. So in these 2 areas, we've seen growth, and based on those factors and the numbers that Government of India has seen, our GSDP has grown, to that level where it's the second fastest in the country.
Is it the
MOFSP.
Ministry of Statistics and Program.
MOFSP, Ministry of
Statistics and Program Implementation.
Statistics and Program Implementation, Government of India.
They are the official statisticians.
So it's the official statistics department of Government of India. Says, please to understand, it's nothing that is out of the ordinary. So what is important is that we have to stick to a certain limit. And if you saw the numbers we showed you, we are very much within the limit of 3.5%. That is the limit that has been set, and we are within the 3.5 limit. So one can go with the absolute number, that's you can see it, but then the way Government of India works is we look at the percentage of the of the GSDP. And therefore, if you look at that, then we are very much within the limits. So, and as I said, the deficit is a natural process which happens, and that's where the funding, loan components, and other components that come in, which again is a normal procedure. So all that we are doing is very much within the provisions of the law and the rules that have been laid down by Government of India and the Reserve Bank. And again, it's not us saying it, but it's coming all the way from the top, where even our Honorable Prime Minister has mentioned in his letter, which I read out, and I'll read out again what he said. And the Honorable Prime Minister, his exact words, he said the economic growth rate in the post-COVID years has been exemplary. That's the first line. Second line, at the same time, your government, that means Meghalaya government, your government's fiscal discipline, fiscal management has been prudent. Your government's emphasis on fiscal sustainability is commendable. This is the letter that Honorable Prime Minister wrote to our state on Meghalaya Day. And these are his words. So if Prime Minister is saying it, then I leave it to you to decide what you want to interpret it as. You haven't listened to anything I said in the last 3 hours. And both the budget governor's address, as well as my reply, as well as my budget speech, I have mentioned very categorically that while the economy grows, what is important for us is to be able to bring a smile to people's face, is to be able to make lives better for people, is to be able to create economic opportunities and livelihood opportunities for people. That was my entire crux of my reply to the governor's address, debate on governor's address, and also the crux of the 10 opportunities and the 10 commitments that we have mentioned. That while the economic growth happens, while buildings are constructed, while investments happen, it is not fair or cannot judge an economic growth of a state only based on that. We need to look at the 10 commitments that we have, which means what? Which means care for our elders, the pipe drinking water, the connectivity that we have in terms of road connectivity, caring and empowering and strengthening young women and vulnerable sections of society, good effective delivery mechanism and grievance redressal system, joyful and quality learning at all. So this has been exactly the story what you're saying. So I finished the story and then now you ask me what about this part. This is exactly the story which I've been saying, is that we have to, the numbers alone, GDP alone is cannot justify growth and a holistic growth of a state or a country. It has to be balanced between economic growth and social equity and equality and distribution and happiness and service and so on and so forth for every citizen in the state.
Sir, under mission
As about government LP schools, again, I want to make this very clear. Two things. Number one, that from government point of view, government LP schools, there are about 2,500 out of the 14,000, right? So this mission education is for those government schools. We have already either given new buildings or renovated 2,000 plus schools from the government ones. So that's number one, and then we're going to finish the rest also. All of them don't require new buildings. Some of them just require renovation, and which we are doing also. So like that, I think by next phase, we should be able to cover almost all the government LP schools. Now, second, every now and then we see pictures of somebody will posting or media posting, oh, government is saying education school, mission school, but look at this school. And they click a picture and send it. Now, first of all, you have to understand what is that school. Is it an ad hoc school? Is it a government school? Is it a SSA school? Is it a deficit school? So let me be very clear, we are only mentioning the government LP schools. So that could be a picture of an ad hoc school or an SSA school, which we have not started yet, which we're going to do at a later stage. But yet, SSA, ad hoc and all from MLA schemes they're doing on their own, sometimes from CMSDF, I'm giving to a lot of ad hoc schools support, SSA schools or support, because school is a school. Now, why aren't we doing the others right now? Because obviously funds are limited. So we have to start somewhere. So we decided to start with government LP schools. Again, this is a decision I took in 2019, where education department brought a budget of 2,000 crores to me. And I said, look, I don't have 2,000 crores right now, but start with 100 crores. And now just while moving along, suddenly we look back and we have almost completed 2,000 plus schools. So that's how we decided and we moved forward. So I just wanted to make it very clear that this does not include ad hoc, SSA, deficit schools or any private school. This is purely government schools. Slowly, once we finish this phase, we will then get into the other infrastructures in schools. We'll get into other aspects of rationalizing schools. We're going to the aspect of helping ad hoc schools and SSA schools also. So that's going to happen consequently.
Why the
Budget is not meant to talk about the administrative and work culture in terms of day-to-day functioning. It is important. I'm not saying it's not important. It is absolutely very important. But that's where the administrative part and the bureaucratic part and overall administration work and all comes in. Please understand, a budget is a statement meant to give the vision of the state, where we are going, where we are heading ahead. And therefore, and obviously, this doesn't cover every aspect of things. But if you looked at the para which we mentioned about effective service delivery mechanism. So these are mechanisms. We just mentioned some of the aspects, but slowly and steadily, as I said, we are ensuring that all of the systems work faster. Now imagine a file processing, which used to take 26 days before. Today, because of the systems we've put in place, it takes 22.5 days. So that's how we are improving the efficiency by using technology. So similarly, work is being done at different levels, but it is next to impossible for a budget speech of 33 pages to incorporate every single aspect of every single work that the government is doing. This is only meant to give a general policy direction of where the government is heading. And obviously there's a much larger details of the financial part of what each department will do and what money will be given to each section. So all those things are included, but in the effective delivery mechanism and system, all these matters that you're talking about, will be incorporated. And more importantly, these kind of reforms keep taking place, keep the ensuring that monitoring mechanisms are in place. And obviously, government is a large mechanism and a large system to run, so there has to be accountability in systems at different levels. So that is part of the system. We do it. But as I said, to answer your question, why didn't mention it in the budget? Because obviously we can't mention everything in the budget. It's not possible to mention everything in budget. Budget gives, as I said, a sense of policy and direction and vision of what the government is planning to do.
Sir,